Reconsideration of Plato's theory of forms. One of the most puzzling features of the late dialogues is the strong suggestion in them that Plato has reconsidered his theory of forms in some way. Although there seems still in the late dialogues to be a theory of forms, although the theory is, quite strikingly, wholly unmentioned in the Theaetetus, a later dialogue on the nature of knowledge, where it does appear in the later dialogues, it seems in several ways to have been modified from its conception in the Middle Period works. Perhaps the most dramatic signal of such a change in the theory appears first in the Parmenides, which appears to subject the Middle Period version of the theory to a kind of Socratic refutation. Only this time, the main refuter is the older Eleatic philosopher Parmenides, and the hapless victim of the refutation is a youthful Socrates. The most famous, and apparently fatal, of the arguments provided by Parmenides in this dialogue has come to be known as the third man argument, which suggests that the conception of participation, by which individual objects take on the characters of the forms, falls prey to an infinite regress. If individual male things are male in virtue of participation in the form of man, and the form of man is itself male, then what is common to both the form of man and the particular male things must be that they all participate in some other form, say, man too. But then, if man too is male, then what it has in common with the other. There has been considerable controversy for many years over whether Plato believed that the theory of forms was vulnerable to the third man argument, as Aristotle believed it was, and so uses the Parmenides to announce his rejection of the theory of forms, or instead believed that the third man argument can be avoided by making adjustments to the theory of forms. Of relevance to this discussion is the relative dating of the Timaeus and the Parmenides, since the theory of forms, very much as it appears in the Middle Period, works plays a prominent role in the Timaeus. Thus, the assignment of a later date to the Timaeus shows that Plato did not regard the objection to the theory of forms raised in the Parmenides as in any way decisive. In any event, it is agreed on all sides that Plato's interest in the theory shifted in the Sophist and Statesman to the exploration of the logical relations that hold between abstract entities. In the Laws, Plato's last and unfinished work, the theory of forms appears to have dropped out altogether. Whatever value Plato believed that knowledge of abstract entities has for the proper conduct of philosophy, he no longer seems to have believed that such knowledge is necessary for the proper running of a political community.